My name is Carla Jones-Chu. I am a victim of the foreclosure crisis. I fell behind in my mortgage due to lack of payments. I contacted an attorney to assist me to get me back on track. This was June of 2008 when I sought legal assistance from the attorney. She, at that time, stated to me that we can fix this problem with no hesitation. It would be a quick fix. She requested a down payment from me and the monies that needed to go to the mortgage company and their attorneys. I provided her with that monies that was requested at that time. Several weeks went by to a month, and we needed additional money requested by the mortgage company and from the attorneys. That was provided. On 2 other occasions, more monies were requested. I provided that, and at that point, was tapped out financially. We're talking about several thousands of dollars. At that point, there was a small balance that we needed to have to satisfy the requests from the attorneys for the mortgage company. And at that time, she said we can ask for modification, go into mitigation for modification. I waited for her, to see what kind of results I could get from her and the mortgage company, but I didn't hear anything from her. She indicated on occasions when I did contact her that she needed to contact them, but she had a hard time getting an answer or getting through to them. In October, I called my mortgage company and I asked them, what should I do? I paid all the monies to the lawyer and I needed to know when I could resume my normal steps in paying my mortgage. At that time, she said that my case was in mitigation. The mitigation department was backed up. They weren't taking any calls because they were overwhelmed with all the foreclosure problems. But she would email her immediately, that division. I contacted my attorney. I told my attorney what they had told me. She said, I'm going to call them now because this is something that needs to be resolved and resolved right away. November 12th, I had a business meeting out of town. Once I came off of the plane, I had voicemail messages to contact my attorney because it was urgent. She had informed me that morning my property went up for foreclosure. I asked her, how could this possibly have happened? I gave her all the information and all the monies that was requested from me outside of the small balance, which could have been paid in the time frame that it took her to get this resolved. She said she's not sure. She was working on it. In that meantime, between the span, she was very evasive of my phone calls, of me showing up. And she finally said that she would file an objection to the judge for the process that had occurred because she felt as though that it was done mistakenly. The objection, to my knowledge, is still in the judge's hand, but according to her, she said it has been ruled upon. And her advice to me, which has been her advice since this has occurred, to find a place to stay or go live with relatives because the house was no longer mine. This house has been in my family for 50 years. This is my children's home, my grandchildren's home. This was a home I was working hard for to keep and leave it as an inheritance for my children. And at the point that this is going now, it seems pretty bleak, but it's pretty bad when you depend on society, professionals to help you through these crises and you get no satisfactions.
2 questions. Who held your mortgage and where was this house at?
The mortgage lender was Everhome Mortgage Company. Originally it started out at First Union when they used to be in business, and I've had like 4 different mortgage companies, but it was Everhome. I live in the Charles Village area, the 2400 block of Guilford Avenue. And I know that's a hot area right now because it's, you know, people are really trying to grab that property up because the property value has really escalated.
Now, you bought this house, your family bought this house 50 years ago, so wasn't the house paid off by now?
No, the house actually originally was my husband's cousin's house. My husband passed 25 years ago. I purchased it, actually, I'm sorry, my husband passed 28 years ago. I purchased it 27 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But we had been living there.
You couldn't, I guess the point I'm getting to is that you couldn't owe that much money left on it.
No, it was a balance of $41,000.
41,000?
Yes.
This is some big houses in that neighborhood. You had a pretty big house?
It's really big. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. It's huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the historical homes.
Okay, it's historical. What's a house in that neighborhood go for these days?
Some of the prices I've seen, $279,000, $320,000 top.
Mm-hmm. What was your interest rate?
My interest rate was 4.5. I had a low interest rate, so that wasn't a big issue.
That's pretty good.
With that. And that was occurred through a program I went through St. Ambrose with.
Now, what kind of relief are you looking for if we were to contact our Congress people or our city representatives or whoever can help? What would your suggestions be?
I would like for this to be reversed as foreclosure. I would like for it to be investigated because I don't feel as though that the process was done in a timely, nor was it done in a professional manner.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of blame on the attorney. I blame the mortgage company as well because I feel as though that they didn't connect with me or my attorney in the appropriate times. But I really feel strong that the attorney did not act as aggressively as she should have.
This is your own attorney?
Yes.
So you should have got an Acorn attorney.
I think so too. I didn't know anything about Acorn until after.
And he wouldn't charge you anything.
I know. I know. He could have gotten a big donation.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anything else you want to add? I don't know what else to ask.
I think that there definitely should be a moratorium on foreclosure. It hits close to home because quite naturally now I can see a different light of this, but it's happening a lot and all over, and a lot of people are affected by this, a lot of homes, a lot of families, and it's only seemingly that it's going to get worse because of the market for jobs now, and people should not be out in the streets.
Well, I tell you, I feel sorry for Obama. He asked for it, but he's got the biggest mess.
Yeah, he inherited something.
Then I was at the inaugural, by the way.
Oh, okay. We were in and out.
He was not arrested. No one was.
Nobody was, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
All right, thank you.
Okay.